The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he'll go down as this drive. Start at the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Levis. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So the penalty decline, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there, not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
You talk about this Lions defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So the pick six, and now Levis right back to the air. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Levis out of the shotgun now. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Levis to throw it. And Levis tosses his third interception of the game. How about this? And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Operating from the gun, Brandon. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You talk about this Lions defense, and they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's Levis. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Play action now. Levis. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They do go for it. Here's Levis. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Levis. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
That one good for 24 yards.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He finds his man, complete. It's Brady. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. operating from the gun. Brandon. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Working from the gun. Here's Levis. That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Levis. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Levis looking to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Levis sets up to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Levis to throw once more. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Lions are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Lions at 11-3 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Brady. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That's caught by Sennett. Room here to run. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 54 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Steps away to his left. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And a lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Levis back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll throw it again with Levis. Open man, there's Darnell Washington. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Darnell Washington, 42 yards. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of... It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 15 there. The Cowboys have a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Levis. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Now again, it's that pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And this one is incomplete.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Levis. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he returns this to the 22. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And now here's another interception. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. 54 yards. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Muscles by at the 25. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Well, they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Levis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Levis, he's going to audible to something else. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Levis from the gun. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And Levis going back to the air. And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Well, we've talked about it, Steve, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jamison Williams. yards. And the Cowboys are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And fighting down inside the 25. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Brandon. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Fighting his way through contact.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
DeMarvion Overshown, the one to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Operating from the gun. Brandon buying time to his left.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that...
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmett.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The rookie from Tennessee orchestrating things well. It's a 1st down here. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to... for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gate.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Levis now off of play action. And now here's another interception. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And some room to maneuver.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, partner, nothing but praise for me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this context.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Lions, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys,
they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8.
And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.